Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here with a segment of Auntie Say It Isn't So, Say It Isn't So. A woman who alleges that she is Syngin's ex-girlfriend dropped some serious, major, devastating, life-changing information. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello everybody, and this is Auntie. And if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of the world, my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and my nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Y'all hit those thumbs up button. Okay. I see some people saying it in the comment section. That's right. Hit those thumbs up buttons. Okay. For your auntie. They are greatly appreciated. Y'all, the story that I'm about to bring to y'all shock a Zulu out your auntie. And I don't know whether or not these allegations made by this woman by the name of Valarie are true. Now, I understand that Valarie is not her real name. And her real name is not being used for her protection. Okay, my friend, a fraud. Let me make sure I get her name and stuff right. Okay. I want to make sure I get her right. Frauded Media on Instagram has a podcast, and I put that podcast in the description box. Today, after I did all the running around that I had to do, I took a listen to it, and boy, was I shocked by the information that this lady provided in this broadcast podcast. Now, of course, we know Frauded, interviews quite a few of the cast members of 90 Day Fiance and any other show that she's interested in. I have been following her. I think she's a wonderful woman. She gets the job done. And when I listened to it, I heard her being very graceful, very empathetic to this young lady who made some devastating. Ah, boo. She's so excited to be here. Let me highlight her real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Hi, Yolanda. I got to highlight her, honey, because she is excited to be here. You hear me? Okay. She's just catching I heard her, the empathy and the sympathy that was in her voice. I thought that she handled this, given the information that was discussed, honey, very gracefully. Because, honey, I'd have been on the floor. Okay. Um, I want to play a little bit of the clip. I've already asked her for permission to do that, but I want you all to go and click on the link that's in the description box and actually go to the podcast and listen to what is being said by this individual. Again, I'm going to play a very short clip of what I thought was like, what? Um, so of course, if you all know, Syngin is currently on, I believe, 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life. I've chosen not to cover that show or watch that show because I felt like, in my opinion, that it wasn't worth my time. I didn't think that it was worth the time for me to bring the trash to you all. Um, wasn't impressed with it. And I felt like the people that were on the show were people that a lot of the fans of 90 Day Fiance have asked them to get rid of. And sometimes you can show a person better than you can tell them. The best way for us to be able to show that we are, not in support of something is to not click on it. Don't click on it. Don't look at it. Just let it go. Because you can tweet, you can email, you can shout it off the rooftop. Unless they are willing to listen to the majority of the people, or maybe it's a small group, I don't know. Unless they're willing to listen to us and take actions, the only action that I feel like I am capable of doing is not giving it a like, a click, a view, or anything. Last year I did it. Disgusting things came out with some of the cast members, and I determined in my heart that I just wasn't going to watch it and I wasn't going to review it. Just wasn't going to watch it, wasn't going to give it the click or the view or the like. But this individual, I didn't know a lot about. We know that Syngin and Tanya were together. We now have recently found out that the two of them are not together anymore. And we did see on social media where Syngin allegedly was dating some other woman. Well, I don't know if this is the same woman, and I can't say it is the same woman or not. But I want you all to listen to this, okay? This one clip, and I'm hoping that you all can hear it clearly. Her voice is also being disguised in order to maintain her identity. And yeah, so let's just do it. Let me set it up here. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Let me set it up.
Out of like crying and like begging for forgiveness to like angry again. I did not know what to do. I had never been faced with this kind of instability before.
It's a good word for it.
Yeah, it was volatile, and I felt so bad for him because he would tell me these stories of things that happened to him as a kid, and I was like, he doesn't mean to be this way. And up until this point, the intimate part of everything was a little scary, but like, okay. There came a certain point where he expressed his interest in trying something, and I said I would try. I did agree, but there got a certain point where I was like, you need to stop. You have to stop. This cannot continue. I don't like this. And that did not happen. There was no stopping. It was, you're going to be quiet and you're going to deal with it, basically. And I, I was crying a little bit. I was like, just telling myself, like, don't be a prude, like, God. And all the love, I mean, the messages and the videos and the voice messages he sent me, I was just like, I don't want to mess this up. Like, I can't mess this up. He's like so in love. He literally said, I'm falling in love with you. And I was like, I can't mess this up. So, that was a little traumatic. And
so to be clear, you had consented to something in a sexual manner. You withdrew your consent, and he continued despite that.
Yes. And I tried to sort of arrange myself in a position to discontinue the act, but as he's told me and I've mentioned to people, he is freakishly strong. I mean, freakishly strong. And actually recently I heard somebody tell me he like broke a glass just from holding it, and I was like, not surprised. He breaks everything. Like he is crazy strong. So after that night, we were not intimate again. The next night I was a little, I was like, I need a break. Like, this is not okay. And I kind of like, that night I like kind of went to the bathroom and just sort of waited till he was back on the couch smoking weed and watching TV again so I could go to bed. So, it was rough. But again, the next day, he introduced me to his friend.
So I know a lot of you all are thinking probably the same thing I'm thinking. Why was there next day? I don't understand it. This lady met him through DMs. Okay? She said that she did not watch the show. She had friends who watched it. This sounds god awfully familiar to the young lady who came out. For all of you all who watched Married at First Sight season 13, there was a gentleman who was on the show by the name of Zach, who ended up having a alleged relationship with a young lady, and she came out and blasted him. And it sounds very familiar to her actions, right? It's like, okay, I get mad at you, I have a relationship with you, and then I come out and I discuss it. And I find myself conflicted by these kind of things. And it's not to say that you cannot tell your story, right? But I often wonder why you don't tell your story while you're in a relationship. Why does it have to take a breakup for you to tell your story? I think that in order for women to be empowered in some ways, we have to tell our story truthfully and honestly. And that's not saying that she's not being truthful and honest about it. It's just saying, it tends to look like revenge. And I know that some people are going to say, well, Auntie, this is revenge and, whatever, whatever. It very well could be. But she says in the end of this that she's trying to do it because there are other women who are in his DMs, and she is trying to prevent these things, these alleged things from happening to someone else. I want to cover those bases, right? Because in reporting stuff or talking about things, we got to be completely honest and transparent. I know some of you all are going to have those thoughts. Why now? Is she mad? Is she doing it for revenge? Is she on that get back? Does she still want him? Is she bitter? All those things are going to, those things are going to happen. As many of you all know, I've talked about my story. And about what I have been through in a relationship that I was in. And I did not talk about the things that I was in because I did not want everybody to make an assumption or have preconceived notions, or I wanted to make sure that everything that I did was above board. So the first thing that I did was went to the po-po. I'm just saying, for me, the first thing that I had to do was go down to the commissioner's office and file a restraining order and get the po-po involved. That was my path. And everybody else's, everybody's path isn't the same. You can put 1,000 women in a room and everybody's story is going to be different. Okay? Everybody's story is going to be different. But for me, my question is not to victim blame or anything like that. My question is, why was he the next day? I don't understand it. So I just needed to say that before we go on.
He took me out, like, you're beautiful, you're with me, oh my God, you're amazing, you have no idea how much I like you, like, what am I gonna do when you leave? Love bombing.
It's the total love bomb and the manipulation of
like a Nagasaki level love bomb, nuclear love bomb. I'm literally ashes right now. So, and then the night before I left, we kind of picked back up, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but there was another incident in which it came to be that my hands and feet were restricted. Mm-hmm. My breathing was restricted. I was blindfolded. There were pictures taken of me that I did not know he was taking.
Oh my God.
I, again, not having experience with this, wasn't aware that there needed to be a safe word, and even if there was, I was not able to say it.
Right. Well, he wouldn't have honored it. I mean, you had previously experienced where you had said, no, I'm not comfortable with this any longer, and he didn't abide by that. So,
yeah, So yeah, I was.
In order to hear the rest of it and the beginning of this so that you can get the full picture, please click the link that's in the description box so that you can go to Fraudcast Podcast and hear the story in its entirety. I don't know if she's gone to the authorities about this. I would hope that she would. If this is, you, or this is happening with you, go to the authorities. This is absolutely allegations. We have not had an opportunity to hear both sides of the story. So before you judge, you only have one side in which to do that in. Everybody has a right to face the accuser. And so maybe Fraudcast is looking to interview him. Maybe she's talked to him. I don't know. Maybe somebody else will reach out to him to see whether or not we can get both sides of the story to be able to make an educated decision about the situation. But when I heard it, I thought, oh my goodness, you all need to hear this, hear these accusations. These are not Auntie's advice views. This is done for entertainment and research and educational purposes only, bitch, okay? This is not me. I did not do this interview or anything like that. But I wanted you all to be able to hear it. Go over there and give her a view. But if he's done this, she also goes on in the interview at the beginning and talks about the toxic nature of the relationship from day one. She also makes allegations indicating that he has an alcohol problem. And I'm wondering, is this why he's not with Tanya? She indicated that she alleges that he wasn't working and that there was a lot of stuff going on. And as we all know, in this environment that we're in right now, a lot of people are suffering with mental illness. I don't know if that had anything to do with him not being gainfully employed, or maybe he was, in a depression or whatever. But y'all, I'm telling you, the allegations that are being made in this particular podcast, in this interview that my girl, has done are very, very serious. And I'm hoping that it ain't true, because again, we have another, in my opinion, shady individual on our TV screens, and they have questionable, in my opinion, they seem to have questionable characteristics and personalities and lifestyles and some more. One of the things about it is that she did say that she, I ain't even gonna go there. Y'all, click on the podcast, listen to the podcast, and tell me what you think about it. Come on back here in this comment section after you've had an opportunity and let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing your comments. Y'all have a great one, okay? Love y'all. Say it ain't so, Auntie. Say it isn't so. Let me tell you, I done got me a cotton freaking a bottle, and I think I'm gonna go downstairs and pop that sucker. Love y'all.